Yo, Miz on me. Thank you guys for continuing to support the movement. Big Zo Podcast everywhere. Just remember, every week we're going to be dropping a new episode every week. Do us a favor, click subscribe if you haven't. Leave us a comment and let us know what you think. Big Zo Podcast everywhere. Social media platform is available. Holla at your boys. Miz on me. Let's go.
Yo, Miz on me. Guapo. Welcome to the Big Zo Podcast. I go by the name of Berto.
It's your boy BB.
And we got
It's Kiki.
And we got the homie K
My name's
with us.
Casey.
We got the homie K with us. So 2021 already started, guys. Obviously 2020 was different. And a lot of fellas, like especially like, people that we know, we were talking about dating the other day and the first expectations, like what's the expectations about dating? What do like the females expect from guys? What do the guys expect from females? So I guess the question of the day that we should start on this podcast is, when you first meet someone or you go on a date with someone, what are their expectations? Do you want to start with that? Any of you guys?
Case.
Like, what's your expectation of, like, on a first date, like, or when you first meet a guy?
Just to make sure they're not crazy. I don't know. First, it's expectation is just trying to meet the person and see where they're at. Trying to, first of all, trying to see what they're interested in. So it depends on what you're interested in. Are you just playing around? Are you looking for something serious? Then character wise, moral wise, you want to make sure that you're a match, that you're even fit. My aunt always says, make sure he's evenly yoked and let him have a little more. So somewhere along those lines, you want to make sure that everybody's on the same page.
What about you, Kiki?
I agree. My main thing, and it may be something that's kind of shallow, is if there's some humor, or at least if there's some giggles behind it. Because if not, I'm gonna be really honest with you, I'm out. Only because actually what I do, right? And as Kay said, you kind of figure out what aligns with you and what you're kind of like, okay, let me dive down a little further if this is gonna go into a different direction. So those are some of my expectations, along with presentation is key. Don't come out with your bubbles. I don't want to see those. Bring out your nice suede shoes or whatever the case may be. You're going on a walk. Okay, I understand, but still.
Going on the walk.
The rest of that's about you.
You said going on the walk?
No. If someone's like going on a walk, or say if it's like a picnic or something like that, then I'm not expecting you to bring out the Stacey Adams.
All right, so let's talk about clothing. So a guy should dress when he's going on the first date. He should dress like
Hold on,
casual.
before you even, what are some places are you guys expecting to go?
Like on the first date.
Oh.
Because based on where you going, you know what to wear.
Because you can't bring a female. You can't bring a female to McDonald's on your first date.
Oh.
Or can you?
This is true. But I feel like like first dates all have to do with the type of person, I guess, that you're dating, or the type of person that you are. Some people, their first date can be like a 5-star dining. Some people's first date can, watching, I don't know, clouds in the middle of the park in the middle of the day. So I guess it all depends on the type of person, what they're into, your pockets, your budget, expectations, all that good stuff. Different strokes for different folks.
You got it.
All right, so if a guy, so on the first date, should it be 5-star hotel restaurants? Like, should it be like the Cheesecake Factories or Harry's, or like Ruth Chris or something like, or can it be like, okay, let's go to Applebee's, get a 2 for $20?
I think, as Kay said, it depends on the bag, first and foremost. Second, what the guy's intent is, as well as, at least, I'm hoping by the time you've gotten to the first date, y'all have at least discussed some level of where you guys are headed, regardless if that's, hey, I want to play house for a little while, or whatever the case may be, as Kay said, or hey, I'm looking for something to be serious. So at that point, then I would say it should be time to dive down as far as the star rating. Otherwise, realistically, I'm not going to waste, and I'm speaking strictly for myself, I'm not going to waste my money at Ruth's Chris for somebody that I know is going to be next week. We're not doing that.
So the guy should start like in a 2 or 3 star restaurant, like an Applebee's, or I guess Chili's or something like that. They should start like with that kind of restaurant for a first date.
It just depends on the bag.
So it depends on the what
Yeah.
the. So
No.
Check.
Like Kiki says, it's not tricking if you got it. And so if I'm dating like a P Diddy, 6-figure type of, I can't cuss. I was about to say back. If I'm dating like one of these quote unquote rich dudes or dudes like you say with a bag, going to Ruth Chris should be nothing. But if the average dude, and not in a negative way, we're all pretty regular schmegular. Let the pandemic show us that most people are living pretty regular schmegular. Like say Chili 2 for $20, regular date restaurant, going for drinks, going to the movies, what have you. Like I feel like it all depends on the person and their lifestyle and the lifestyle of the person that they're trying to, as though people say, court or trying to.
Hey, I got a question. My question is, on the first date, should a guy be thinking I should get to know this person, or I should impress this female? And especially now, like in 2021, where like even females, they date more than one person. So what should be that main approach?
And dudes date more than one person. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said in females too. That's what I said.
Oh, okay, we ain't hit the dudes. It's real silent.
Yeah, I ain't hear that part.
No, I'm saying we do that and females. You know what I'm saying? Like you date more than one person. So like, should he be thinking I'm taking her out to get to know her, or I'm taking her out to impress her?
To be honest, I think it's an impress. And I say impress only because that should be the, hey, this is me and this is what I have to offer. So that means that you're goofy and giggly, cool, be that person, versus I think whenever it's, okay, well, I need to think a little further into this, then most of the personality just gets confined into a little box. Versus when you're just there to impress, is just you being you. And at that point, y'all can figure out together if you being you is acceptable. If not,
when I say impress, I mean like taking her to like a Rude Chris or something, not like, you know what I'm saying, versus an Applebee's. Like impress her with your pockets. That's what I basically was saying. Or should we just be going out like to anywhere casual?
Like, as I'm sitting here and Kiki's talking, I'm kind of on the fence. I feel like it's a little bit of both. I feel like on one half, you want to be yourself. You never want people to fall in love with the character of you or the, caricature you put out to the world. You want people to fall in love with truly who you are. And then also, I'm kind of leaning towards like, oh man, I hate to say this, but like, men love to go back to this old school thing of like, oh, women are supposed to be attractive and they're supposed to cook and clean. And a part of like, that old school thing is that men are meant to provide. And a part of provision is impressing. Like if you think back to the olden days of how men swooned women, it was how we could impress her, how big you were, how strong you were, you could kill, you could hunt, you had this, you had that. And so I think, while it should not all be about just impressing someone, when you think about it, like that is a little, you want to make sure that man is able to provide for you. He's somebody he can protect you, he makes you feel safe. He's thoughtful, he can plan a date out, all that good stuff. You never should go above and beyond where you can't afford to keep up. But like Kiki says, it should be, a little of, ooh, girl, I should feel a little something, in my bones once the date is over, halfway through or something like that. So it's like a little half and half. Yeah.
Well, how do a man protect himself? Like, because there's some females that make a living off of going out on different dates with guys and stuff like that, and they get bills paid and stuff.
You don't think there are men
who finest restaurants?
You don't think there are men who make a living off of hitting off of different girls and feeling like the man?
Oh yeah, no, without a doubt. But the ratio of females doing it for men to doing it, like
show me the
like
receipt.
4 to 1.
I would like to see the receipt.
I need to see that.
Houston boys.
Cause
Hey,
it's
come
I
on.
would like to see
Come on.
it.
Let's talk. Let's be honest. Pussy is power. Pussy is power. So, like, a girl could be like,
Message.
hey, she be like, hey, homeboy, do this. And homeboy's like, nah, I don't want to do it. And she's like, I ain't gonna give you no pussy tonight. And I guarantee he's gonna go do it. You know what I'm saying? So we know pussy's power. We know niggas gonna spin. How do us brothers protect ourselves from us actually really getting to know a girl and giving her those experience and being played?
Mm.
Why
Casey,
is that our fault? I don't know, like why women got to like. Why are women at fault for y'all? Like the same way it's not a woman's fault for y'all, like for the player being out there. Like why is it a girl's fault to protect y'all from the player women out
it is the woman's fault. Because if you think about it, there's some dudes out here will try to go beyond to impress the female. Like think about it, a dude like will take a female to
there?
like especially on a first date, they'll take the female to a nice restaurant, like it's their fucking like anniversary or graduation or some type of celebration, knowing that the
Okay.
female that they going on the first date with, that female does not deserve to go to like a 5-star restaurant. You think
then when I
But
take
see,
her,
why? But that dude knows that, so why is that my fault? You know good and well I'm not worth a 5-star restaurant. Like I remember when with Black China and Rob Kardashian had their whole tiff for tat, and I remember Snoop Dogg said a very important thing. He said Black China saw a sucker and she licked, and so I think a lot of people have to be mindful of that. Like if you pretend to be, if you out here being a sucker, guess what? You're gonna get licked. So if you playing like that's not my problem, that's not his problem, her problem. Like if you know a girl is not worth a 5-star dinner, you take her ass to McDonald's and be done with it. If not, then we don't want to hear your coulda, woulda, shouldas when it don't work out.
mm-hmm.
so when a
Drop
guy
my. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
so okay, going on the first date. I know. I think Kiki talked about it earlier. So the appearance on the guy. So the guy. I mean, so you okay? You ladies are like y'all career woman, well educated. So you guys prefer a guy to dress like casual, then prefer a guy to dress like jeans, Jordans, and tennis shoes and stuff like that.
I'm gonna jump in on this one. So 2020, I had some interesting dates. Let me explain. So one of them was going to a tennis court. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need you to wear some tennis shoes. Whatever tennis shoes you have, the case may be. I'm not asking for you to go put on some Stacey Adams or Suede's to go and play tennis. Now, pause. If there's a follow-up, then yeah, I'm expecting to see you at least clean up once. So me personally, I think there has to be at least a consecutive 3 dates. One is okay, yeah, you have your personality, whichever order you choose is up to the guy. And then there has to be one where you clean up and it's like, oh, okay, that's great, cool. And then one that's just casual. Hey, let's take a walk in the park or whatever the case may be that they're doing. But it's just the simple fact of seeing the difference of going through. Because some people, they may just dress like a bum all the time. You're like, oh, you don't have anything else to wear. Or they may be a person that they always are in a suit. Okay, all right. So just actually seeing the difference, you have to do more than one. Otherwise, it'd be, oh, well, go home, come back, same day. And it really doesn't align.
Okay, so another question I'm gonna ask. When going on the first date with multiple dates or even time, going on 3 or 4 dates. This is 2021. Obviously, a lot of females feel like, I got it, I'm independent, we're supposed to be equal. Is it fair to ask the female to pay for her plate, or if I go on the first date with a female and I pay for the first dinner, shouldn't it be fair for her to pay for the second dinner, the second date that we go to, or is that asking too much?
I can only speak for myself, but I'm a half and half because that's how I grew up. So mom and dad, literally, there would be no conversation. It'd just be, okay, well, I know the last person paid, so it's my turn. So naturally, I just do it. So I don't think about it. Now, as far as other people, on the other side, on the fella side, it's like, oh yeah, you got this because I paid last time. Like you guys make it an intent. Oh yeah, well I paid last time, you got this time. First is just letting it naturally roll through to see if there's alligator arms, which is, oh yeah, I'm gonna reach for my card, but I'm not gonna pay. And I'm just saying, like I got aunties that
Oh.
no, I'm not gonna pay. It's just one of those, you gotta sometimes just let things roll out. And then second, if you can't pay for both of us and you ask me to pay for my own meal, that's kind of a red flag. If
If you ain't got no money, stay your broke ass
right,
home.
exactly.
Well,
Especially if you're taking me to Ruth's Chris on the first date and now we're sitting at Applebee's, which is a lot cheaper. I think we should be able to at least mend some kind of way.
I'm not saying the guy doesn't have the money to pay, but doesn't make sense. I mean, I know like it's a traditional. The guys always supposed to pay. The Steve Harvey, basically bust all y'all females head, trick y'all females. You know, my whole thing is, should a guy pay for every date? Like, if you go on a date with the same female, like 5 or 6 dates, why should the guy pay every time? Shouldn't the female be like, hey, I got this? Especially y'all independent, you know what I'm saying? Cause it make me looking in, it makes me like, damn, do I gotta like take care of this girl? Like, she's not gonna be able to like look out for me? Is she just using me just for money, or is she just using me just for a free meal? Cause a lot of y'all females out here using, y'all know y'all don't have anything interest for the dude. Y'all know you don't like the dude, or the dude's just a friend, but y'all using the dude for a free meal. There's a lot of female that does that.
I
So
just
isn't
said
it
that
fair?
earlier too.
So isn't it
Huh?
fair that it goes halfways? Like the dude pay the first date, the female pay the second date, then the dude comes back pay the third date. I mean, is that too much to ask?
I don't think it's too much to ask. Actually, when I like became, me and my dad were talking one time, it was like a few years ago when he realized I was going to be starting to date, and he was saying that you should treat dating like literally like a friendship. And I think that's the thing is a lot of people don't see dating as like making another friend or getting to know someone as your friend. And he was saying, take turns. That maybe one person pays the first time, and so maybe the dude does pay the first time just as a show of goodwill. And then maybe the second time, the female offers or the girl offers to pay. I hate that word. The girl offers to pay, or then they go back and forth, and maybe you go tete a tete like that, because when you go out with your homegirls or your homeboys, sometimes your homeboy may pick up the tab this time, and he may pay for one thing, and then you pay for one thing, and it's not this you expecting your homeboy to pay or your homegirl to pay. You don't view them like that. So why are you viewing this new person who essentially kind of is in the same, position? Because they're not your man or your woman yet. Why can't you just, take turns paying the same way you would with your platonic friends until it progresses? You get what
I
I'm saying?
agree. I got a flip question. I'm gonna flip it to the guys. Why is it that whenever independent women step in and you guys are not used to someone willing or wanting to pay, and it's immediately halt? No,
Well, can I answer that?
uh-huh.
It depends. If this happens on the first date, I'm be like she's too independent for me. Like, she's showing me that she doesn't need me. That's what I'm saying. If you do that on the first date, it's like, I ain't going for that. You know what I'm saying? But if that happens on the second or third date, I have no problem. Nah, if another man, like I said, if it happens on the first date, I'm gonna feel some type of way, because a man's supposed to provide, and I'm trying to impress you. Like, don't try to impress me. You know what I'm saying? By showing that you're independent, I'm gonna feel like, whoa.
And I agree with Beast to this, because if you think about it, nowadays, this is the whole movement of, females. Our generation is basically the whole generation of female being independent. They got it, and they don't need a man. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of men want to feel like they're wanted. Okay, we understand you probably make more money than us. We understand that you can afford to buy your own dinner, but at the end of the day, a man is gonna be a man. Like, I don't care how much money you make, or if you can afford your dinner, you gotta allow me to be the man. And I just think, like, if you're gonna pay on the first date, it's just sending like a mixed signal to me. Like, you're telling me, like, at the end of the day, we could go on dates and we could get together, we could start a relationship, but I'm gonna be the one wearing the pants in this relationship. I'm the gonna be the alpha. And I don't know any, like, I always say, if a man lets you to be a man, if a man allow a female to be a man, 90% of the time, 90% of the time, he ain't your man. And down south, we call them thong thong. And if you want to know what that means, just go ask a Haitian person. I'm not gonna say it because it's 2021. I don't want them people coming after me, but y'all know what I mean.
Hey, but we're talking about. With that being said, Kiki, would y'all ask a date? Would you ask a guy to go on a date with you for the first time? Like, I understand if you have boyfriend and girlfriend, but I'm just saying for
I
the first
couldn't.
time, would you
Mm-mm.
ask
I
a
mean, there
guy?
are girls. Oh, but that wasn't my question. Go ahead, Kiki.
Oh no, no. I'll make mine short. The answer is no, only because my dad always plans all. And I'm sorry, but I'm daddy's girl, and the answer is that's for y'all to do. On
Hey,
the
but
first,
that's
now,
the
don't get me wrong. The second, third,
only
sure,
time it's cool. That's
but
the only time it's cool.
huh?
That's the only time it's cool for you to pay though.
What were you
Okay,
gonna
Casey,
say?
it's all
What
yours.
about you, Kay?
I couldn't. I mean, to each his own. Different strokes for
For
different folks.
different
I've heard
folks.
some people, they're married. They threw the first punch, or they put the first, little thing out there. Now they're married. Wonderful kids, partridge in a pear tree. So once again, different strokes for different folks. But personally, the way I'm set up, nah, man, like I just couldn't personally do it. But I don't knock nobody, who went for what they knew.
Mhm.
So here's a question. Obviously, when you get to know a person, you talk about different things. So I guess the question I'm gonna ask is about lifestyle. Can you date a person that has that? Can you date a person or get into a relationship with a person that have a different lifestyle than you? So what I mean about a different lifestyle. So we're gonna talk about religion, and we're gonna talk about like if you're a fitness person, you're a person that loves to work out, and the person do not like to work out. Is that a conflict of interest, or what was the third one I had? Or politics, yeah. So if you the person have a different like the person's Republican, you're a Democrat, is that an issue? So what do you guys think about that? As far as different lifestyle, can you ever be in a relationship or date a person that have a different complete lifestyle than you?
I want to hear Beast's response first.
Me, I definitely think you have to find someone who's equally yoked as you. So I'm not saying that you necessarily have to agree on each and everything, but it's like if you like just for the politics sake, if you like Trump, I have to know the reason that you like Trump. You know what I'm saying? I have to understand your views from it. You know what I'm saying? And maybe we can agree to disagree. But like I said, we have to be equally yoked to not everything. Of course, it's not everything going to agree with, but we have to have a lot of similarities.
Um,
So like you said, it don't have to be a specific topic like politics or religion, but because like with views on religion, I have different views, but I could be compatible with someone. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it depends on the scenario for me.
I mean, I would say before the females go, I would say me personally, I could date someone that has a different lifestyle than me, but it can't be too different. So what I mean, let's go. Let's start with religion. If I'm a Christian person, Christian man, um, and I'm dating a woman, and her religion is basically she has like a Muslim religion. Um, she believe in Allah and the whole, or she's part of the Nation of Islam or religion. I I could understand it. You know what I'm saying? I don't discriminate the religion, but we got to make sure that we agree, okay, how both our religions going to come together because one day if we do have kids, how we're going to allow, our kids to pick the religion, how basically how it's going to come together. As far as politics, if the person is a Trump supporter or Republican, and I'm a Democrat, I don't know. It's like maybe 70-30. I gotta know the reason why, but most likely if a person is basically a Trump supporter, most likely we probably won't go on a second date. That's just me. Now let's flip it to lifestyle, like as far as working out. Like if the person is a fitness person and I'm not a fitness person, I will, the person's like, hey, I want you to like, work out, do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? If I'm into the person, I like the person, first of all, I'm gonna work out because it's the best thing for me as just for myself. But I think like just being in a relationship, your significant other should push you to doing stuff that you're not comfortable doing and you're not used to doing it, and that way you could try new things. Because just by being with another person, they could show you things that you never thought about. But at the end of the day, once you try it, you might enjoy doing it. So I think that dating a person with a different lifestyle than you might not be a bad thing.
Hey, but I think you kind of agree with me, brother. Like I was saying about the equally yoked stuff. But it's like you both of it, you guys have to have similarities, but it's okay to have a little bit of differences, and it's gonna vary from person to person on top of the topic. But in the more like majority, the cases have to be like you have to be equally yoked. This have to be your companion. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you're willing to try something else out or hear a different opinion, but at the end of the day, you're equally yoked.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So, ladies, what you guys think?
Why is everybody looking? Okay. Um, I agree. I agree to an extent. I feel like I don't know. I feel like we can look at a lot. I feel like lifestyle really, like at the end of the day, I feel like how your lifestyle really does affect your relationship. I feel like we can look at so many examples of people who thought, oh yeah, we're different, but we can make it work. And after a while, you realize, no, you can't. Like we're two fundamentally different people. And like for example, I can think of one example. Kim Kardashian and Reggie Bush. I remember Kim Kardashian. She's a media whore. She loves the attention. She loves the spotlight. Reggie Bush was more of a very private person. And I think for a while, both of them tried to pretend to be what the other person wanted. And then after a while, they realized, we're two different, totally different people. I like attention. You don't. We see these entertainers. A lot of them are whores, right? And they get these super virgin, quiet church mouse girls. Both of them try to pretend to be what the other person wants, and eventually they just realize we are who we are, and I just can't compromise that.
I
And
disagree.
I
You
think there's
said
nothing
church
wrong with it.
mouse.
I think
You said
like
church mouse girls, quiet church mouth girls. No, you think Scottie Pippen
I
wife
feel
is,
like okay,
is
I want to
quiet?
say quiet church mouse girls. Well, I feel like a lot of these, like Bow Wow said, a lot of these entertainers would be a lot happier if they got with women. They're like a lot of entertainers would be really happy with a whore. I don't want to say a whore, but I feel like a lot of them would be like really happy with girls who fit their lifestyle, girls who are into the party lifestyle, who into drinking, who into drugs, who into being out all night, who are into being sexually fluid like they are. I feel like if you got people who were more on your level like that, I feel like it will go a lot further than trying to get a girl who's absolutely nothing like that. You get what I'm saying? I won't say necessarily church mouse, but if you out in the streets having a good time, getting a girl who's in bed every night by 8 o'clock, it's probably not going to work out long term. I guess that's what I meant more so than necessarily church mouse per se. Like I feel like people, even like I say, working out. I feel like sometimes people will get with somebody, they'll want to find dude with the abs, but they don't like getting to work out. And so they'll try to date the dude with the abs and try to get up and work out. And it'll last for a few days. And after you do like a 60, 90 month, a 90, day challenge, that girls are like, fuck this. This nigga, his abs ain't working. Like, I'm tired of this. I want a burger. I want to go sit down. I want to hang out. Like, I feel like sometimes your lifestyle really does affect who you are as a person. But like these days, sometimes it is okay to have, differences and similarities. But I don't know. I feel like it's really important to date someone who is very like-minded or who is like in the same ballpark, I'll say, as you, because as life goes on, you do start to realize like I want to be this way and I don't feel like changing, or I don't want to have to keep compromising who I am to make somebody else happy.
I mean, I think we all saying the same thing. Like you have to have someone that's equally yoked, but I just can't pinpoint something that'll be like this is the end. This would make it the end. The lifestyle situation that you just talked about, it really makes a good point, because like two people that's living two different lifestyle, they might not be equally yoked as people think. But at the end of the day, it's just find someone who's equally yoked at you. That's as you across the board.
Yeah, find someone who speaks your language.
So, Kiki, what you think?
Oh, I'm next. So I'm gonna sum it all up for everybody. So I agree with all three of y'all. As far as the difference in politics, I may have some choice words that maybe you don't want to hear. So probably the first date, Roberto. really glad that you can make it to the end of yours. I ain't gonna make it. And then as far as the lifestyle, yeah, we all are different, and I think our differences are definitely the things that we are attracted to. So as Kay said earlier, clearly you can't have a church going person going to bed at 8 o'clock and then somebody that's just wild. Like that, it doesn't exist and it doesn't work out eventually. But I think the main key in Case's comment is that eventually you catch on to you don't want to compromise in some areas. And to be honest, our lifestyle pretty much we've been going through the cycles of getting it to where we deem it as perfection. So to compromise and go backwards or even to push forward just a little bit at that time may not be the best. So I'm in agreement.
Hey, with that being said, I have another question. I want to start with Kay though. How long from the first date to where you guys can find out if you guys equally young? How many dates should a person take?
One. You don't take all of that. One.
Hold on. So
By
it
the
takes
end of the
one
first
date.
date.
It takes one date to
But
figure out that you want to be with the person and you want to start a relationship with the person.
That wasn't his
yeah,
question.
yeah. Wait, that his question was if you're equally yoked. His question was if you and somebody are equally, you don't take all. It really by the first 10, 15 minutes of the day, you can start figuring it out and putting it together. It does not take a long time to figure out either, oh, this is a good catch, or oh, hell no, I'm wasting my time. Like, yeah, it doesn't take a long time. Like, it's a few basic questions, you ask, and we know from those answers and those replies, you can tend to figure out someone who is, like I said, good catch, or somebody you throw back to the ocean, throw back to the street.
So, fellas, after the first date, you guys should know where y'all stand, and
So,
I guess
all right. So, Kiki, answer the same question. Then I'm gonna follow up with my question.
Oh, okay.
Because Kay say one date, she already know that she she could be with the guy, or she already know she's into the guy.
You mixing up the words. That ain't what she's saying. Equally yoked as far as there's some common.
Come on.
Okay.
Yes, Case, I got you, girl. I'm agreeing with her, and to be honest, even before we get to the first date, I already figured it out because there's some kind of communication, and y'all already know, especially y'all two over here on this side. Y'all know if it ain't, I'm out. I'm down to Antarctica. I'm gone.
So
Period.
time out. So every date that you had was pretty much successful because you said you knew before you even went on the first date.
No pause. There's some folk that I'm like, oh, okay, cool, catch me in Antarctica. Like I'm gone. The point is that to get to a first date, there has to be some communication. Hey, my name is Beast. You don't know that just by, okay, cool, let's do a first date, and I just walk past you. We're not doing that. Hey, my name is Beast. Here's some of the things that I do or whatever. Like Kay said, we have our questions and we kind of trigger it out. And it's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll go on a date with you. Oh, yeah, you sound real interesting. Let me interest right quick. Or it might be some folk you be like, nah, I'm about to catch this flight to Antarctica.
Left them on red at 2:15. Yeah.
Exactly. So therefore, it's not a get to the first date. It's a matter of can you communicate, and the communication flows, and we are equally yoked in that aspect. I don't know if we equally yoked until we have a conversation, regardless of how it is, verbal, nonverbal, in person, text, it don't matter. We're not getting to the first date until it's some communication, period.
All right, sounds good. Now I have a question. How would the guy know from dating a female, like for like 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, knowing that he's like, is he like he's still in the friend zone? Because a lot of time guys would like take a female out, do a lot of stuff for them, then come to find out later on the female never wanted to get in a relationship with them, and and they just want to be, and they find out that the female look at them as a friend. Like, so how long should?
Ooh, this one seemed to be hitting home. Oh,
So how
no, let
long?
y'all go first.
Nah, Kiki, I'm gonna let you go first.
Oh, you know what? That's a good one. To be putting people in their spot.
So
I put people in a spot. Straightforward, yeah, you about to be a bro. Like I just don't like you. There's no whatever, right? And I know what you're gonna tell me.
Well, hold on.
I ain't
Hold
done
on.
yet. Hold up.
Okay.
Rewind. Pause for a second. So with that being said, it's like, no. So I'm a very blunt person. I'm gonna tell you how I really feel. Oh, you gonna be my friend. Regardless of where you want to stand and where you want to be, there's a door. You can either catch it on your way out or you can stay, you can be my friend. Now, pause. Well, can they ever get out of friend zone? I'm gonna be honest, everybody been at a zoop and I've been at 100% and you still my friend. Period.
Okay. I hear what you're saying, but let me rephrase the question. You're the type of person you straight up with no
Yeah,
BS.
Kiki, you're different.
You're different. You're different. So what I mean, most female are gonna keep the guy lingering, keep the guy going, meaning let the guy keep taking them out on dates, buying them gifts, doing that. So how I'm just looking at it like from a guy's point of view. How would the guy know that the female is keeping them in the friend zone and they would never get to that, I guess, the third base with the female if we're gonna keep it
Simple.
13.
Communication. Have a real conversation. Break it down into segments. And I'm sorry, but it's common sense. Okay, well, this segment that didn't really align with me going into the third category there. Hang on, y'all.
You're being rude.
Okay, so the third category there. Second, if once you do these subcategories and it doesn't complete this big category, what are you doing? And to be honest with you, it's very simple. Hey, yeah, I'm out. Okay, what the female do after that? Is it, oh, okay, well, like I really like you. And I'm gonna be honest with you. We have them conversations where we be like, oh, I really liked you, blah blah blah, and it's like, oh, okay, well, why I had to do this to do that? Because there was no communication in there. But realistically, it's just a conversation. And if you can't win a conversation, then you might need to start asking some folks and doing some gestures of not going on a date and buying gifts and all this other lavishness that you want to do.
Hey, so I'm saying, should that conversation happen on the first date, the second date, third date, fifth date, 10th date? When should that
Case already
conversation?
gave you your answer. Case said that needs to be, y'all need to figure out what's going on the first date.
Yeah, I'm gonna give y'all free game. Like girls move a lot quicker than boys do. Like we shouldn't. Girls really need to slow down. That's why we hurt our own feelings a lot. But I'm gonna be honest with you, like a dude. If you got to guess how a girl feel about you, homie, she don't like you. Like for real. Like girls move a lot faster than we should. Like Kiki said, like she's very level headed. But most girls are caught up in the Disney fantasy. And so, like, let's say if you can knock it out of the park on the first date, I promise you by the time that girl goes home, she's imagining like what y'all wedding gonna look like, y'all kids' names, you know, where y'all gonna live. Like literally she has played MASH in her head. She has already like planned out her whole life with you by the time she leaves that first date, if you've done it correctly. So like I'm saying, like if you have to figure out if she wanna hug you, if she wanna kiss you, if she's taking her time to, you know, let her feelings be known. It's this movie called He's Just Not That Into You. I'm letting you know. You gotta do all of that, homie. She's just not that. Like, you'll know.
Yeah, you should feel it.
You'll know. Like if anything, you may have to push the girl off you and be like, "Whoa, slow down, hold on, chill. You know, be easy." But if you gotta wonder or question where y'all are, homie, she's just not that into you.
So more of the story. If the girl's not chasing you,
I won't say chasing. But trust me, she's making it known. She texting, she calling, she asking when y'all gonna hang out again. You know, she complimenting you. She want to FaceTime. Like she gonna apply. I won't say apply pressure, but the thirst will be real. Like you'll know she's feeling you.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
She'll have little nicknames for you, like if you gotta guess, she ain't into you, homie.
You hear that, Beast?
Yeah, I'm taking notes.
Dating 101.
If
you gotta guess, she's just not that into you.
Hey, so that means after the first date, if y'all into each other.
I maybe say second, maybe first, second, officially. After second date, you should definitely like the person want to know, like, hey, I like you and I want you.
So after the second date, a guy should go in for the kiss or should have a kiss or
Yeah, if by the second day she's not showing you this thirst, then like she's probably not that into you.
So if you've been in 3 dates with a female and you haven't kissed her, that that
Hang it
that
up,
that
flat screen.
okay. You hold on, Kiki. You agree with that?
Yeah.
Damn, she's
I
like,
tell you,
damn.
girls are not like boys. I'm telling you, but literally, if your first date goes good, she's gonna get on the phone with her homegirls, and she has planned out y'all life. Like that is
Oh,
how it goes.
okay. Here's another question. This is gonna be the last question, possibly. So, if a female say this is 2021, we hear a lot of shit. If a female say they go on a date, they have a when you go on the first 2-3 dates, you have different conversations, you get to try to get to know each other. Then a female say, "Hey, I'm trying to save myself for marriage." What does that mean? Are they really like virgin?
Brother, come on. We already know that answer, bro. Come on, bro.
I mean, different
Bro,
strokes for different folks. I ain't gonna get on, and let everybody live their
Bees,
It's
truth.
bees.
rare.
You know I'm
It's
asking this
rare to find
question,
a
bees.
virgin. It's rare to find a virgin in 2021, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
They
chill.
exist
Like,
though. There are
13-year-old
some
be having
people,
sex.
who are very religious.
Bro, 13-year-olds
As
be having
a
sex,
former middle school
bro.
teacher, I can't agree. Like I can't agree with that. But like they do start early these days.
There's no, you really gonna find a
But
virgin, bro.
there are people. There are, especially because we live in the South. We do live in the Bible Belt. So in the South, there are a lot of people who are very, very, religious. So I won't say that every girl is running game, but there are some girls who truly, truly are, very devoted to their faith and their religion. So you just have. I feel like don't be no flux. Once again, see a sucker, the sucker gonna get licked. So once again, don't be no sucker about it. Pay attention to the signs. Use your intuition, trust your gut. But there are some people, like I said, if you're truly this devout of a Christian, the other areas of your life will show this devoutness too. Like, you out partying, you drinking, you smoking, you doing everything else, but not all of a sudden when it comes to this one facet of your life, now you're this holy born again Christian. And I'm not saying it can't happen, but like I said, use discretion, use common sense. That most people who are very, very, you know, strictly religious tend to show it in other areas of their not life, not just that one little section.
I think
So
you're
yeah,
right about that. The signs will show. The signs will
yeah,
show.
I got a question.
like yeah.
Go
I
ahead, Kiki.
got a question to y'all. And I'm gonna start with the men, in case you can be the one after. So we'll call it the first day. You had a few more dates. What's the time frame that you guys are? Let's spend the night. Or can let me that one too deep. When can I come over?
I'm not. I'm
Or
not.
you come over?
I'm not gonna lie. Like most dudes are gonna try that on the first date. Like before we go on
Yeah.
a date, like I'm gonna be like
Me too, guilty.
before you even ask me like, oh, what we gonna get something to eat? I'm be like, hey, what you doing tonight? Oh, you ain't doing. I'm like, hey, why don't you come to the crib watching? We can watch TV. It's like we're gonna try that on the first day. We like the first text message we send out. Hey, how you doing? This and that. Blah blah. Hey, what are you doing tonight? Okay, I'm not. Hey, you want to come over watch? Then if you say no, this and that, we're gonna try it first. It's gonna be an attempt. Like we're not gonna just like shoot the ball. We're gonna pass it by asking questions. Then we're gonna shoot the ball and be like, hey,
So is the intent to smash on the first date?
It depends. I ain't gonna lie. For every guy, it depends. Cause look, there's some girls
Kate
that don't.
next.
There's some girls that don't look like they deserve Ruth Chris, but they want Ruth Chris. So and they know the guy can provide that. So it's like some guys they expect something back. Like, okay, I took you to Ruth Chris. You're not Ruth Chris looking girl. You're used to Red Lobster. You know what I'm saying? No Longhorn.
no. Denny's.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, that hurt.
you're used to Denny's. Now you got some Ruth Chris. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to give me something back in exchange. So that's what most guys think. That's why I said it
Some ass
depends.
for cash.
Nah, it depends.
Okay, Case, let me hear you, mama.
know. Men are just interesting creatures. I think what's it called? Different strokes for different folks. Um, I don't know. It all depends, I guess. I guess it all depends on the man, where they are in life, what they want. 'Cause you do have some men who really are looking for a serious relationship. And I feel like because the overall consensus is that men are trash and they do deserve less, I feel like sometimes just women just kind of rule out all men as being in that category. But there are, some men who are a little more evolved and want a
Mhm.
little more out of life. So you just have to, case by case. Then once again, discernment, trust your gut, follow your instinct.
Amen to that.
So, okay, last question. If you since we're talking about bringing them home, bringing them bring the girl home. So if you smash a dude on the first day, can you ever see yourself getting into a relationship with the dude, like a long-term relationship, or is just like this is a one-time thing? We just had fun, and I'm out.
So I'm gonna say that that's never happened to me. So I don't know what to tell you on that one. So I'm a pass.
I don't know. It's different strokes for different folks. There
You
are
love
people
using that
who
word.
wait it out. It's true. It is true. Like everybody has their own playbook. Everybody has their own story to tell. There are people who wait it out, who do the whole Steve Harvey 90-day thing, and it don't work out. There are people who meet somebody at the club, take them home, bang, 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 pow, 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 and they get married, have kids, partridge in a pear tree. So I feel like it all, everybody's different. It all, like I say, that person, what they want, what they are in life, the chemistry, all that good stuff, bond, blase, blase.
All right, man. So damn. So I think we got all of our questions out. Beast. I think that's it, man.
Yeah, man.
I think that this was a dope conversation because it's some of the things are common sense, but then again, they say common sense ain't that common. So it's just like a first, it's a lot of females expect some things from a guy on the first date, and a lot of guys feel like, because I had a homeboy, I had a homeboy. He basically told me I had a conversation with him the other day. He's like, man, them days of like me going to a club buying females drinks ain't happening no more. He's like, I'm not buying a female drink, and they're not giving out the number. I'm not gonna smash. He's like, those days are over with. So
Hey,
it
Tom,
just
come on. Before we go, we in 2021. Where do people go out and meet? Because most of my friends, they be like, I met buddy on Tinder. Or I met this female off Black.
Facebook
You
or
know what I'm
something.
saying? Yeah, so it's like, where do
That's a
people
good
actually go
question.
to meet out?
Especially during this corona, especially during the corona, it's like hard to go out too. So
Oh,
where can
The
panoramic
people
is
club
go?
was already
fun.
dying out. So where do people go out?
Questions that need answers.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll jump in here since y'all basically looked at me.
Oh, I didn't know.
Look, Beast, I
That
would
was a
say
general
yes, you're
question.
right. As far as apps, you still meet the random people that you kind of mesh with in a store. I will say that's happened to me at O'Reilly's. So yes, shout out the traditional way. And then just the usual, okay. But I will tell you this: a lot more of the old folk trying to come back around. Y'all fellas want to talk about that because it's y'all fellas. I don't know, single female.
Hey, it's
They're doing the
Corona and
drive-by
niggas
and they
got
coming
time
back
to think.
around.
Right, exactly. Huh?
It's Corona, niggas got time to think.
Well,
Going
See,
back to
like them
men are trash and they
handyman.
deserve less.
come on, Case.
Please put a sticky note by it, ladies.
Men just know what they
Look,
men
put it
just
right
know
here.
what they want. They're not trash. They just
But
know
you
what they
had to come
want.
back around, Lord Jesus. Don't
Yeah,
curse.
and when they
Hey,
come
when we
back around the second time, it's most serious.
but or sometimes they just come back around to update the resume.
And
Uh,
Sweetie told us to
They're
send them
trying to
back
put
to
you on
the
the
streets.
resume. Sometimes you gotta it's 2020.
Sweetie
You
told us
you
send
you
them
got to
back
think
to the
about it.
streets.
It's 2021. We got to update our contact information. Hey man, we got to update our
To
contact
the
list. We got
streets.
to
Send
update the
them back
resume.
to the streets, ladies. Do not pass go. Do not collect $100. Send
there
them
you
right
go.
back to
Send
the streets.
them on to
we
Antarctica.
hey
Look,
we
let them freeze.
it's like an NBA. We got to make trades. You know what I'm saying? Last year was Keisha. Last year was Keisha. This year we got Kiki.
You ain't have to do that. Okay, Drake.
Ladies, be a free agent.
Look, and I'm gonna use this one. Different strokes for different folks. Ladies find a different stroke, okay? Yeah. And as a matter of fact, the ones that's old, gonna ship them on to Antarctica, let them freeze.
Hello.
Ain't no more. Okay?
Hello. Hello.
Kiki
Give
don't
your old
smoke,
things to
man.
charity.
Kiki don't smoke.
Hey man, so we appreciate you guys for joining us. We're about to wrap this up. Did you guys want to give any statement before I close this, or you guys good?
I guess in closing, men, stop being a sucker. Because if you be a sucker, you're gonna get licked. So if you know the girl not feeling you, quit spending more money, quit planning more dates, take a L and go. I guess ladies, stop trying to be a city girl. Stop living on Instagram. Unplug out of social media and live in the real world and get some realistic goals and expectations for dating. And so I think both of those would just help both genders a lot more to be a lot more successful in dating.
Kay said it best. Follow your gut.
True.
Like it's 2021. Black men don't cheat, man.
That's definitely true.
Yeah.
Like a great man.
It's the first month. We'll catch some facts whenever it's at the end of the first quarter.
Excuse me.
Like,
let us tell the truth and shame the devil, okay?
Black men don't cheat, man. Black men don't cheat.
That is true. Like a great man that lives in South Florida, he said it best. Some people might know the man as TWD. Some people might know him as Trick Daddy. But he said every female don't deserve a Birkin bag. And he also said, hey, he also said, 21, y'all black females, y'all better tighten up. Let these white females, Spanish females start cooking fried chicken, learn to cook fried chicken and rice. It's gonna be a wrap. I didn't say that's what I want. I said a great man said that. So he's just saying, just like men.
I mean, technically speaking, they can just go buy it. They don't have to fix it.
Well, damn.
Doing that is what I'm getting at. So clearly that's
message.
Love on this side. Otherwise, Lil Becky could have went and been bought you some KFC, Popeyes, church chicken.
Damn.
TC down the line.
Okay.
With her racist daddy
and
money.
Uncle Ben, and I know Uncle Ben is gone, but Uncle Ben been around for some few years. So Trick to go and get you a pack of Uncle Ben's and go on and get you some chicken. If that's what you want, you can meet somebody.
I concur.
Hey, like Master P said, there's no more Uncle Ben, it's Uncle P's.
Well, that's fine.
At the end of the day, we're finna wrap this up, man. Big Zo Podcast. Check us out everywhere. Do me a quick favor. Let us know what you think. Leave a comment below. Holla at your boys. We out. Miss on me. Ladies, appreciate you guys. Great podcast. Deuces. All right, I'm out. I'm about to close this. Kiki, thank you for joining.
You're welcome. All right, y'all. I'll see you.
I appreciate it.
All right, good job, everybody. Peace and love. Happy New Year.
By the way, Queen, I'm loving your hair in the glass.
Thanks, Kiki.
Yes.
Appreciate it, girl. Good seeing you.
Yes, you too. All right, y'all. We out.
All right, bye.
All right.
I see you, big dog.
Again, just let us know what you think about this episode, about relationship. It's just our opinions, but just let us know what you think. Leave a comment below, and remember, click subscribe. Holla at your boys, man. Big Zo Podcast, YouTube, Spotify, everywhere social media is available. Miss on me.